Вообще никого нет. Метро открыли.
Alright there guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Survival Russia. Today we're gonna do something completely different. We're gonna talk about the C19, the Covid-19 stuff. But before we dig into that stuff and before I show you the videos from the big settlement and all that good stuff, there's two things we have to get out of the way. The first thing is I have to address the YouTube employee sitting and making the manual review on this video, possibly hovering the mouse cursor over the delete and or demonetization button. I recently had a notification from YouTube that I am now allowed to make and demonetize content on covering the COVID-19, because YouTube has a self-certification program where we are certifying our videos, and I have 100% truthful, or what you can say, correct self-certification of my videos. So that's I guess that's why YouTube kind of trust me to do this. But yeah, so with that out of the way, I would also, of course, like to thank you guys who keeps supporting the channel on Patreon and PayPal and so on. It's really, really awesome. I mean, that is, especially in these times, I really appreciate it. But let's dig into the video here. What we're first gonna do here is we're gonna look at some footage I recorded from my cell phone yesterday. I was in the big settlement shopping some supplies and so on. I go there as little as possible. So let's watch that video and let's get back to the homestead here. We have one of the supermarkets in there where I've just been. Small one, but nonetheless, supermarket. Here we have a very small church. Up there we have a monument from World War II. And here with the main street, it's really, really empty. For this time of day and this time of year, you can say it's actually completely emptied. Culture house, some shops, but the food shops are of course open. And we have a small hunting shop, Ribalka Ochota. Small administration in there, seems to be open as well. I'll take a left turn here. Normally is this parking space there is full of cars. Not so much today. So that was the big settlement there. I think about 8,000-10,000 people live there, something like that. It's difficult to say. But you can see the food shops and so on is pretty normal and all that good stuff. The airports in Russia are closed for international flights in and out of Russia. It's being discussed whether they should also close for domestic flights and maybe the long distance trains. That includes the Trans-Siberian Railroad up there, of course. But it goes like this in Russia. Russia is divided up into many different states, a little bit like the United States, right? And each region can decide for themselves what they do, kind of. So, for example, in Moscow, maybe I have some footage from Moscow I will put in. In Moscow, you can say people are not really allowed to get out unless they absolutely have to. If you have a dog and something like that, you can walk your dog maximum 100 meters from your house and all that funky stuff.
У нас вообще просто все улицы пустые, смотри. Тут обычная оживленная дорога такая. Вообще никого нет. Метро открыли. Там гуляет чуть-чуть. В общем, на карантине сидим. Должны работать, но что-то как-то не работает, пока я сделал одно задание и забил болт. Неделю сидеть поэтому.
We have some family there, actually, who wanted to get up here, but we said no. And why we said that, I would get into a little bit later here. For my region here, we don't really have any. We have some cases like 450 kilometers out to the west and 200-300 kilometers to the east, and 400 kilometers south we also have some. I was at the post office yesterday, and there were 3 other people there, and we were told like to stay at 2 meters distance, and the postal worker, she had a mask on and rubber gloves and all this dramatic stuff. At the post office was one of our, you can say, friends, or what you can say. She asked her, are they coming in from Moscow? My mother-in-law, for example, the dragon. And I said, no, they're not. No, keep them there, and so on. And this is basically why we told them from Moscow, don't come here, because if we bring them here, they will go half insane, of course, right? They in any way brought people from Moscow and tra-la-la-la-la. But as I learned, there are people coming from Moscow anyway. Parents or father. One guy is a father of the Pink Ninja's classmate, and he's been working for a few months in Moscow, and he returned 2-3 days ago. So yeah, what can we do? I've also ordered a freezer, and it arrived yesterday down at the road. You can see down there sometimes. And that guy, he came in his car with a mask and gloves and everything, and was like, I'm sorry, but that's the regulations and so on. Said, yeah, it's all fine, it's all fine. So I got my freezer. We, of course, want to have an extra freezer so we can store some berries, mushrooms, fruits and whatnot there, just in case, right? So even you can say that it looks like some people are very nervous, and I don't blame them for being nervous, of course. There's also a lot of people who are by now not very happy, and there's a lot of people who thinks that there's more to this than is said in the mainstream media. I don't know about that, but that is just my observation. For example, I was talking to the old timer here today, and he was like, yeah, it's all about money and tra la 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 la. And Mr. Savotta Russia was at a school meeting yesterday at the school, because the school is closed, of course, the kindergarten is closed, and nobody there were wearing masks or anything like that, and they were basically all talking about that they saw it as an attempt to get everybody vaccinated, and all sorts of funky theories which is circulating at the moment, of course. So that's what's going on in the general population. I don't know how the percentage-wise who is really scared about it, who is not, and so on. But it's most likely something like half and half. Who knows? One thing which is a little bit interesting is that I don't watch television, but my father-in-law is here, and he watches television. He likes to watch television and so on, and sit and comment, yeah, that's right, and so on. But the television was, of course, running yesterday, and I could see there were some talk shows, of course, about COVID-19 going on, right? But surprisingly enough, it was not a, you could say, fear-mongering campaign. It was actually a pretty balanced discussion where there was quite a number of influential people, including the chairman of the Russian Federation's Journalist Society. And he is not convinced that everything is as is depicted in the media. So to me that was a little bit surprising, actually. So, but you can say the news here and so on, they are like news most everywhere, Corona here, Corona there, da. We don't have any masks and all that funky stuff. So yeah, it is what it is. So that's the situation in the region here. We don't have any cases in the immediate vicinity, in the close vicinity here. And we'll most likely get it because how do you get rid of a virus? Anyway, I think it would be really hard to get rid of. So that's it for this little video here, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will check the links in the description, and please consider supporting the channel and all that good stuff. We have a lot of stuff to do. We have to get the gator running. I think I'll start on that project tomorrow. It runs, but we need to upgrade the ventilators a little bit and stuff like that. And we need to get the dirt bike running. I'm waiting for some parts coming in and all that good stuff. So yeah, I appreciate your support, guys, because that makes everything move a little bit faster than I'll be able to do myself. So check the links in the description, guys. And until next time, get out and train, get it done, do something awesome, and see you next video. Thank you very much for your time.